All right, good morning, y'all. Foodie Jules here, Cooking Jules here. Today I'm going to be making okonomiyaki, which is Japanese savory pancakes. I'm going to make I believe it's the Hiroshima style. It's the one that doesn't have the noodles in it. But basically, it's going to be a savory cabbage pancake bound together with this or this batter I'm making right now, and shredded cabbage. There's going to be you're traditionally supposed to use this red pickled ginger, I think it's red pickled ginger, but I don't have that. I'm probably going to put kimchi in here and kind of make like a fusion pancake. But right now I'm making the batter. I got 3/4 cup of dashi, well, a little bit more. I put a little bit of ice in here to make sure this broth isn't too hot. Got baking powder, quarter teaspoon of baking powder, quarter teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of sugar, 1 cup of flour, and some beaten egg whites. Now, this is non-traditional. You're supposed to use a mountain yam in here to kind of leaven the dough. But because I don't have that, I'm using egg white and baking powder. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this dough. And then, yeah, we're going to put this in the fridge. And then I'll show you how to kind of, make these pancakes with the ingredients. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and make the dough. I have some beaten egg whites here, and you want to make them kind of nice and fluffy. This is going to kind of give some lightness and help some of the leavening action. Well, not really leavening because there's no yeast in here, but you don't want this to be a flat pancake, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and add my dashi. So this is basically just instant hondashi dissolved in water. I just use the ingredients there. I kind of eyeballed it myself, but this will kind of give an umami flavor to the dough. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the dry ingredients and mix while pouring. Go ahead and add the egg white now. Okay. Make sure this is nice and incorporated. So it's looking kind of like almost like a pancake batter consistency, maybe a little bit thinner. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge. The recipe I'm using recommends an hour to overnight. I'll wait probably at least an hour. All right, Foodie Jules here. It's cooking time. I'm gonna make my okonomiyaki now. Kind of non-traditional. I let the batter rest in the fridge. It looks like it kind of, the baking powder is doing its action. I do see bubbles in there. So here are kind of, the core components, kind of non-traditional. You got your shredded cabbage. I have some green onions. Now, you're supposed to use pickled red ginger. I was really cheap. I didn't want to pay $5 for like half a cup of beni shoga. So I had these cornichons. I don't know how do you pronounce it. Basically, like these tiny little French cucumber pickles in the fridge. I slice them up or dice them up, put some green onions in there. Sometimes you put pork belly. I had this porchetta that I found on sale at my local meat market for about $2 a pound, maybe a little bit more than that, kind of render that down. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of mix these all together. I think I have too much cabbage. I'm probably gonna use maybe half or 2/3 of this. But first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix the cabbage with my pickles and scallions. And then I'm gonna combine it into the batter. Probably I can use half of this, I reckon. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix these kind of, just kind of get the onions and the pickles incorporated. Now, I didn't season the cabbage. It's gonna get really salty from the porchetta, I imagine. And these pickles themselves are kind of salty already. But I'm gonna go ahead and dump this in to the batter. Like so. Hands a little bit dirty. I have this kind of dirty dish towel, or not really dirty dish towel, but kind of for me to clean up my hands. I'm gonna put some of this this porchetta in. Now this porchetta, my local meat market, it tastes kind of like, people will hate if I say this, it kind of tastes like Spam, but in a good way. Very salty, a little more herb flavor though. But yeah, let's put in, say, I don't know, let's put in half of this, I reckon. It is kind of salty. Yeah, that's good. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up, and then we can start, frying this up on the griddle. All right, we're back. I got some of this old rendered porchetta fat that I kind of left here in the pan while I was rendering the porchetta before I started filming the making of the pancake mix. But let's go ahead and give this a fry. So theoretically, this should raise up once we get it in the pan. I'll need to get a bigger spoon though to kind of ladle this in. But let's see how it does. All right, we got a gigantic pancake here. I'm gonna figure out how to flip this thing, but if I'm successful or not, we'll find out very soon. All right, I had a pseudo flip, like pseudo okay flip kind of going in. Got a little bit of damage on the side, but that's okay. Not bad for a first attempt. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this on the other side, and then yeah, I'll go ahead and plate this guy and see and show you guys how it looks. All right, Foodie Jules, check this beauty out. I dressed this non-traditional okonomiyaki with traditional dressings. I did have, your skipjack tuna flakes, your katsuobushi, or I can't remember the name of this for the life of me. But this is basically skipjack tuna flakes, a little bit of Kewpie mayo. I didn't have, okonomiyaki sauce, but it's basically Worcestershire sauce on top. So HP is what I had that kind of substitutes. But yeah, look at this beauty. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try and let you know how it is. All right, Foodie Jules here. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful okonomiyaki. Probably not gonna eat this thing. Too bad it's gonna be non-crispy the next day. But it's nice and hot. I got cabbage, green onions, French pickles, porchetta inside. Topped with your classic topics of katsuobushi, your skipjack tuna flakes, some Kewpie mayo and less traditional HP sauce in substitution for your usual Worcestershire sauce. But let's go ahead and give this a try. I gotta try one of the edge pieces. Foodie Jules, I kind of got cut off. Let's try the bite. Really good. Y'all should make this at home. Very simple. Cabbage, flour, ingredients you can find. I'll post the rest of the ingredients here. But this is Cooking Jules, signing out with my okonomiyaki. Cheers.